Number two, you don't know your fiance as well as you need to, okay, or as well as you think you do. Have you had an honest talk? Have you talked about money? How do you feel about money? How does she feel about money? How do you feel about money? How much do you feel comfortable that you need to make per year? And what kind of house do you feel like you need to live in? And what kind of furniture do you need to have? And how many vacations do you feel like you need to have? How many do they need? And who's going to help provide for this? Is she thinking that it's going to be his job, or is he maybe thinking well, she needs to cover this too, and half, or maybe he has a job that is up and down. Maybe he's in sales, and maybe she's got more of a permanent job that's more secure. How's that going to work out if maybe his sales drop, or vice versa? How much money do you need to live on to feel comfortable? These are all real important questions you need to have. How about children? How many kids do you want to have? How many kids are you willing to raise? How much does it cost to raise children? I mean, kids are wonderful. I've got two adult children now, and now I've got grandkids. I love them, but it is a serious question to go over, because what are your views on having kids? Should there be someone there in the home while the other one is working, while these kids are in their toddler age, baby and toddler age, before they go to school? Or is one say, oh yeah, as soon as we have kids, they're going to go in daycare, and the other one's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want my kids to be raised by me, not daycare. What do you feel? I'm not saying which is right and which is wrong. I'm just asking you need to consider this, because this will come up, and it could be a huge issue later on. How about vocational goals? What are your desires, each of you, for future? In how far? What do you want to achieve? Education, further education. Does someone have a bachelor's and they want a master's, or do they even want a PhD? And how's that going to work with income? And are you willing to sacrifice while one is getting that education? And these are all things that need to be discussed. Two huge issues: religion and politics. How do you feel about abortion? How do you feel about gun control? How do you feel about who did you vote last for the presidency? I'm telling you, that's why years ago there was so much prearranged marriage by families, because they found people within their culture and in their belief system, because that in itself alleviates a lot of problems. Now, I know that sounds very old-fashioned. I get that. But you have to agree that it makes sense. If the culture agreed the need to have a large family, and they agreed religiously on certain issues, and then that would just alleviate a lot of problems. But if one person is a Democrat, and one person is a Republican, and one person is maybe Jewish or Catholic or a Buddhist, how's that gonna work in raising the kids? What church are you going to go to? And see, that's why attraction can be, all it is just attraction. That's why it's very dangerous if you go by that as your guide to, oh, this is the right person for me. We just so attracted to each other. Well, no. When all this other stuff comes up, that attraction starts waning big time, because you really are left with who this person really is. That's why I say you don't know your fiance as well as you need to, or well as you think you do, unless you've asked these questions. And again, these are questions you ask before that person becomes your fiance. These are pre-engagement questions. Okay. Number 3.